Hey Moon Magic family, welcome back to the channel. I'm seeing our first card already and our second and indeed our third. We're drawing 3 cards today in our readings today because we have a new moon eclipse in Aries. We are asking your archangels, these are archangel readings, are your manifestations on track? Can they give you any advice, any guidance about how to move your manifestations forwards? This is a very special new moon because it's an eclipse moon, it's in Aries, and it's literally at this point where the moon moves into Aries and then into Taurus, and the sun comes into Taurus too. So the Aries energy of fire, of passion, can be literally sort of transformed into the solid realness of earthy Taurus. So there's a really fascinating energy here, and this is why we are doing these readings here today in this new moon energy. So reading number 1, ground your light, let your soul shine. Super energy. Reading number 2, we have expansion, educate your mind and senses. Wow. Reading number 3, we have sacred divinity. There are 2 paths ahead. How interesting. Okay, so my beautiful people, what I think we will do now is draw a rune or some runes. I'm just going to see what comes through for each of the readings. Then I'm going to leave the video running for a little bit longer so you can really tune in to whichever of the cards, the runes, are speaking to you. If you find, I mean, particularly given that we're looking at manifestations, if you find that more than one reading is speaking to you, kind of trust that intuition and follow it through, because you know, we are all, generally speaking, manifesting more than one thing at a time. We don't usually have just one focus. So you may find there's information in each of these readings, or more than one, certainly. Okay, I'm having 3 runes in this hand, and they're all for reading 1. So we have the rune of harvest, we have the rune of breakthrough, and we have the rune of protection. Okay. Reading number 2, we have the rune of defense, we have the rune of gateway, and we have the rune of separation. Okay. And reading 3. Reading 3, we have the rune of ice, we have the rune of growth, Bakana, we have the rune of fertility. Wow, okay. So my beautiful friends, let me leave the video running for just a few moments longer. As always, I will put the timestamps into the description box and also into a pinned comment to make it really easy for phone users to find. Trust your intuition, sit with this a little bit longer if you need to. You can always press the pause button, but I'll leave the camera running for a few moments for you anyway. Tons and tons of love, and I'll see you in the readings. Welcome, beautiful pile 1 people. Now, I am already seeing some really interesting stuff here. Ground your light, let your soul shine. We have the rune of harvest here, Jira, and then the rune of breakthrough and the rune of protection. I kind of feel that you are already investing in something, and maybe it hasn't quite either moved forwards or shown any immediate fruition yet, okay? And I kind of feel with this Archangel Eclipse energy. The eclipse energy is incredibly powerful. Things can happen very quickly. We have the rune of breakthrough. I just feel that something you've been working on for a while is, I don't know, I think it could pop open, it could surge, it could move forwards, or you could see, I don't know, there's like a key point where you suddenly see what you need to see in order to move it forwards. You see the right doorway, I don't know, like the right place to advertise it, or, you know, there's something coming here. And the key here, I think, actually for you is about being grounded. It's almost like, you know, sometimes we can't see the woods for the trees. Like we get too much in our own head, or we're so busy doing that we forget that moments of stillness bring us actually the direction, the clarity of direction, so that then the doing becomes actually far more valuable ultimately. It's kind of like the difference between just doing and doing and doing and doing, kind of running around like a headless chicken. I'm not saying you are, but you know, you get the flavor. I guess I can relate to this myself when I'm trying to actively make something happen, and I can put a ton of energy into stuff, and then ultimately, if I had just got still, the one thing I needed to do would have become apparent, and the whole thing would have taken off, and I didn't need to do the 20 other things as well. It's kind of like to do with getting really focused here. So let's just put this up here and see what the angels, how interesting that rune just kind of shifted as well. Really interesting as it shifted. You know, that looks like an hourglass, you know, like those old-fashioned like egg timers or hourglasses where the sand comes through. I'm really seeing that we are being shown here for you, my beautiful pile one people, that the timing is really I'm going to leave it that way. There's no reverse to this rune, that the timing is impeccable. That's what I'm really hearing. Let's draw some other angel cards and see what we're shown first of all. I am actually seeing that card for you. And this one. This one. I think we should definitely be consulting Archangel Michael today. That feels really, really appropriate. Very thrilled. Thank you. And also we'll take some angel answers, and I will draw from the Archangel Power Tarot pack in just a moment. Yeah, that is your card. Okay, let's have a look at these cards first off. Beautiful reading one people. So we have Archangel PHENOMINAL, be conscientious, okay. Cooperate with others for the highest good. We also have dare to be different, okay. Angel of faith showing up, I'm loving that. And sense of humour, how interesting. Archangel Michael is popping in with a sense of humour, okay. How interesting. We then have listen to your intuition and success. Well, that's pretty groovy, really. So, yeah, this is it, you see. Listen to your intuition. Get grounded. Get still, get grounded. I feel like you're working on something that is really, really, actually quite genuinely, it's going to benefit others. This is something that you're manifesting that is, it kind of has a connection to the bigger picture. You know, it could be anything from, I don't know, like setting up a community garden to writing songs that will, you know, influence people for the better, or becoming a Reiki healer, or learning to read cards, or writing a book, or, but whatever it is, you know, you could be setting up a restaurant where you're producing really healthy food, or, you know, out of school classes. I mean, literally anything. You'll know what this is. It's personal to you. You've been, I kind of feel like you've been chipping away at it, okay, but you haven't quite yet been able to pull it all together. And I think what we're being shown here at this time of the new moon as we enter eclipse season, a month of eclipse season. I think you're being shown here that the timing is right to pull it together, to allow it to emerge and transform. Look at these butterflies, dragonflies. It's like also, and the bee here, the worker bee. It's like seeing beyond the illusion. If there's anything in what you're doing, because I think you're approaching whatever you're doing from a different angle. It's very unique to you. And I think what happens is that you kind of have this idea and you kind of sit with it. Maybe you overthink it a little bit. And for some of you, maybe there's a little bit of self-doubt around. But actually, yeah. I mean, there's something else coming in that's really interesting here. It's this rune of protection. I think you sort of feel like, almost like maybe there's a fear about how it will be received by others. You know, and for some of you, maybe you've experienced a world where if you had a creative idea, you kind of got put down, or I won't say slated, but you know, you kind of got put down or diminished in some way. And it's kind of like rising above those old fears and also kind of recognizing, you know, horses for courses. You know, what you're bringing into the world, it's not going to be right for everyone, but it will be right for a certain group of people. And it's that recognition that you can't please all of the people all of the time. You're never going to be able to. None of us are ever going to get anything right that would suit everybody, simply because everyone is different. This reading, the angels are asking you to have faith in your idea, faith in your, literally, your uniqueness, your individuality, your belief. Whatever it is that you're bringing forth, I can see that there's, yeah, a little bit of concern around how will it be received. And this is the sense of humour. Archangel Michael, the prayer, thank you for helping me see the humour in this situation so I can lovingly laugh at human nature. I'm willing to view my experience in a new light in order to attract love and healing energy. I feel like maybe some of you also, if you tested the waters and talked to people about your idea and whatever this is for you, I think some of you, you know, whatever you're manifesting, some of you, you will have talked to some people and you know, you may have got several good responses, but you may also have got one that felt either it was negative or it was just someone who wasn't particularly interested. It didn't connect with them or resonate. And it's so fascinating, isn't it? Because I honestly think, you know, if you get feedback, and this is so true of us all, I think, or certainly for me it is anyway, you know, like when you get feedback for something and you could get 10 really, really good results, but you'll get one person for whom it doesn't gel. And that's the one you focus on. That's the one where you know, the tiny bit of negative feedback, that's the one that sticks in your mind. You could have 100 other good reviews, but the one that wasn't so good, that's the one you go over and over. And it's kind of, your angels really here are saying, look, it kind of, you can adjust this perspective, you know, laugh about this. You know, sometimes people's perspectives are to do with them. They're more to do with them than they are to do with you and whatever it is you're bringing forth. You know, it's like a projection or something like that. So this is a time to really get still and trust your intuition, because there's a route to success here. There's a specific kind of opening or a pathway or a format or a, you know, phoning up and booking the right building, the right space, or contacting the right person. That whatever this is for you in your own unique way, what your angels are also saying is that there is a very specific something that will give you the solidness, to the anchor point, to move this forwards in real terms. And we're looking at success here. So, but you kind of need to possibly get still in order to listen closely. So a bit like if you were booking several venues and they all look quite good, well, get still and trust your intuition, because there might be one that doesn't actually tick all the boxes completely, and yet for some reason your intuition has a leaning to that one, well, that's because something about that venue is going to be better, the energy of it, or, you know, something about it is going to be better. So trust that. Dare to be different. Dare to step out of the box, approach it differently. Don't worry about what other people think. I'm going to throw the astrology dice for you. Okay, so we have the South Node, and we also have Pisces. So we have the South Node in Pisces. Wow. What I think this is telling us is maybe, firstly with Pisces, I'm just thinking about the karmic flavour of eclipse season. There's kind of an opportunity here to, I want to say, leaving something behind. I mean, let's dive straight into some tarot cards before we do too much more interpreting on these dice. You see, in a way, I feel like this has an element of spiritual direction. It may be with the South Node that your idea, it will actually help people to resolve their past issues. But let's draw more cards. Let's dive into the tarot now and see what we are shown. May we please, have information for pile number one, please, for my lovely pile number one people. Let's look at these first off. Okay. So, solutions, Archangel Zadkiel. Success, that comes from objective compromise. How interesting. Self-control and patience, forgiving and healing energy. Yeah, this really feels really in alignment with what we were picking up on, or what I was picking up on before for you guys about, you know, being fearful, listening to the one negative criticism, or you need to sort of hold, it's really interesting, it's like holding an objective viewpoint, that recognition that you can't please everybody all of the time. Now we have the Emperor, stability and efficiency, taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans, Archangel Uriel. So this is absolutely about you taking action. Now we have the Ten of Raphael and the Ace of Ariel. This is significant, really. Look, Ten of Raphael, love and blessings fill your life, harmonious relationships with family members, happily ever after. We then have the Ace of Ariel. It's your lucky day, new resources of time, money or support, a change in a job or a promotion. We move those along, actually. Okay. And then we have the World, success, completion. Your reading is really, really clear, pile one. Whatever it is that you feel, whatever you're working on, and I do think some of you have been chipping away at it. You could have been chipping away at it in real terms, or you may even have just been chipping away at it in terms of thinking about it. You know, when you're thinking it and you're formulating it, but you haven't been able to get started. I think your angels, your archangels are saying to you, there is a particular way of moving this forwards. There's a breakthrough point, a moment when you'll see clearly. Now, it may even be that you learn from past experiences with the South Node. Either way, I think that the spiritual guidance coming through is really going to show you very clearly how to move forwards. Now, because we have the World, a very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight, coming full circle, the South Node, looking back, history. I think for some of you, you know, honestly, there may actually be some kind of a repeating pattern, a repetitive or a past situation that left you, feeling self-doubt. I do feel buttons could have been pressed a bit here. Back to that inner critic. And I think if you can just get still enough, you can sort of let go of any past connections here and just move forwards with confidence. The rune of protection, Answers, it speaks of it kind of speaks of control of the emotions, okay? I have to say, for me, as a former, well, still I'm a therapist, counsellor, but I do much more of more spiritual work these days. I want to be a bridge, really, for that psychotherapy and counselling knowledge, the psychological and emotional knowledge, and our spiritual pathways, because they're actually really intertwined. So I'm not big on control of emotions. I'm actually very big on understanding our emotions as a source of empowerment. I actually feel like there is, with the Ten of Raphael as well and the Ace of Ariel, I feel like there may be something coming to you. It could be a break open point, a moment of clarity, getting still, a gift. But something presenting itself to you that creates a shift, because we've got a 10 and an ace here. Like something comes, and the world, something comes to a completion. You see something with clarity, which means you can take it forwards. So maybe something has been emotionally either winding you up, or you've been emotionally anxious about this very thing, feeling a bit overwhelmed by it. That there's a shift occurring here. That means you can almost utilize the energy, money, time, or support, utilizing the energy of completions of yourself, of letting go of a limiting belief, for example. It's like, yeah, that kind of flavor. Letting go of something that says I can't be me, or that I won't be well received, or that my way won't be good enough. All of these kinds of things are coming into mind. Rising up, being, yeah, it's like the Emperor energy, being in charge of your own decisions and your own actions, laughing about the way that you can't please everybody all of the time. And as you laugh about this, and you laugh about the emotional intensity, it's like it dissipates. I actually feel like I want to draw more cards for you, reading number one. I want to follow through with a bit more information. Okay, so this is the new chapter tarot. Do you know, it feels like really appropriate, because I feel like it's about to be a new chapter for you, or a new chapter in something that you're manifesting. May we please ask for information about what is this breakthrough? What is this opening? What's coming in? What's this about for pile one people? What's happening here? I'm seeing that one too. Let's just look at these 6 cards for starters. Okay, King of Discs and 10 of Cups. Right. This is really making some sense here. Okay. The breakthrough for some of you will come in the form of somebody coming in to assist you. You know, literally help, support, back up. Delegating some things. Something moving forwards. We have the King of Discs. I feel like, I want to say slow and steady wins the race. So there's a recognition that you can, if you invest steadily, wisely, solidly, this is going to really, really work out for you in a big way. But you are going to need some help. And I think for some of you, the breakthrough point comes in a connection with somebody. Somebody who can assist, somebody who's going to work with you and help to kind of move this on. It may even be as well that this partnership, I mean, it could be somebody coming into your world who's a bit of a muse for you, just sparks something off. But however we look at it, it could be somebody coming in real terms, like a deal of some sort. We do have new resources, money, time, or support coming in. So we're seeing something quite pragmatic coming in for you guys, okay? So that's getting clearer here. And however they come into your world, I think this is coming in for some of you in the shape of a person. And it may be that they support you and believe in you, so you feel you can put your head above the parapet. You can come out from being almost feeling like you're underground, and your idea is, it's so unique that you're fearful that people won't receive it well. But either way, I think for some of you, this breakthrough point is coming in the shape of a person. Okay, this person could be bringing resources, time, energy, money, whatever it is, but it's definitely coming in the form of a human being. Okay, for others, now we have the 3 and the 9 here of discs. How interesting. Now for others, it's a spark of inspiration. It's maybe you're procrastinating. There's a bit like I said, you know, maybe there are 3 different venues to choose from, and actually you're kind of intuitively going to know. I think you'll be given some choices. It's quite interesting. For some of you, I think there'll be you've maybe been mulling over different potential ways or avenues of doing this. Something's going to happen where you're going to be given a choices. Probably it will be like a multiple choice of 3. I do feel there are going to be three ways that you could approach it, and it will be blatantly clear to you which is the best option. So if you have been not sure which way to go, suddenly it's like it's through a comparison of options rather than just trying to blindly head down one route. There's more than one option to explore. And when you have 3 clear possibilities in front of you, it's through the comparison of those choices that you can trust your intuition and know which way forward, what the route is. So for some of you, it comes in the form of a choice that helps you to get that clarity. We also, oh, this is very, very interesting. We also have the 6 of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Okay, let me move those along a little bit so we've got room for these coming into view. Yes, we do. Excellent. This is really fascinating. I was talking about limiting beliefs, or someone maybe putting you down, or, you know, historical stuff, past stuff, where you have an inner critic, or you feel like you'll be criticized. This is fascinating. You have something to share, and I feel like for some of you, you're actually able to rise above, or even let go of, something that's happening in your world that has been debilitating you or limiting your capacity. The 6 of Cups, I always feel, is like a card of generosity. It's generosity. It's also, there's an element of nostalgia about it. For me, it's generosity. It's opportunity to move something forwards. It's opportunity to see the way ahead. And the reason you can see the way ahead is because you can also see where you've come from. You can see the mistakes of the past. You can look back at the past. I think some of you may actually literally let go of something like a limiting belief, or it could even be not just a limiting belief, but for some of you, maybe there's a circumstance around you that's been taking up your time and energy, and it's almost like you suddenly get enough, something comes into your world that fires you up enough to make you say, do you know what, I'm going to actually now follow, I'm going to dedicate my time to me. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep giving and giving endlessly to something that isn't working. Something breaks open here, and it does feel as if it gives you the emotional charge to move forwards significantly. Like something of the past gets seen, observed, noticed, seen for what it is. Like, you know, somebody subtly putting you down, you know, and you kind of actually suddenly realize you don't have to buy into that viewpoint. That's their stuff, not yours. It's got that flavor about it. So for some of you, I think it's actually an emotional thing that's connected to moving beyond something. And even if it feels a bit intense, what I would say to you, beautiful pile 1, is that the intensity has value, because the intensity is actually about firing you up so that you can move forward. You know, when someone pisses you off that much, you're like, do you know what? I've had enough. I'm closing that door. I'm walking away. And even though it was a really, you could say, a bit of a shit thing to happen, if it hadn't happened that way and it hadn't fired you up, you'd never have shut the door. You'd have just lingered and lingered, and your energy would have continued to be leached and leached, and you'd never have had your own focus. So there's actually a real positive here. It's interesting with the rune of protection, of using emotions, understanding emotions, you know, the higher vibration of getting cross about something. It is actually assertiveness. you know, we're channeling that energy into us as a source of empowerment. It's exactly the same energetic component in, you know, in terms of emotions. If you think of emotions as an energy component, you know, assertiveness is the higher vibration of anger, of frustration. It's like, I'm moving this ahead, you know. So the lower vibration is when we either lash out or we kind of imprison ourselves in resentment because something isn't working, but we're not doing anything about it. When we're in touch with the vibrancy and the power of that emotion, it's like, you know, I'm moving on, you know, and that's, it's got this energy, the Knight of Wands, and you can move it forwards very quickly. My beautiful pile 1, success. Yes, this is awesome. And I'm not necessarily saying it's the easiest of journeys, interestingly enough, because I think, especially in eclipse season, new moon energy, there's so much potential for new beginnings around the new moon, and especially in eclipse season. But wowza, we have to kind of do the work. But I am seeing, yeah, help coming in for some of you, a comparison creating your clarity of direction, and for others, just, you know, kind of not doing that anymore. Talk to the hand. It's got that flavour about it. My lovely pile 1, have a wonderful new moon. Do check out my my moon month update. There are readings for all zodiac signs attached to that as well. You can get to the extended readings on Patreon if you wish. But yeah, do check that out, because the moon month is interesting. There are very distinct flavours of energy as we run through the moon month. I do a moon month update every single month now, working from the new moon onwards, and it's really geared to giving you a flavour of the energy so that you can kind of see when to move forwards, when to ease back, when best to take action, when to press the pause button. For me at any rate, it's been a really, really helpful thing to learn to navigate you know, in the flow of the lunar energy. So thank you, all of you, for joining me today. I will put links and connections to anything and everything I do, including my moon diary and journal, which gives you daily information about the moon. Link to Patreon if you're interested in my all zodiac sign extended readings. Just tons of stuff that I do. I'll put it all in the information box. All big library, free library to do with emotions and psychology. Do check that out, and I am wishing you an amazing moon month. Tons and tons of love to you. Reading number 1. Hey, reading number 2. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is just really interesting. I'm really seeing you pushing through something. Literally, look at the way this card is, you know, pushing something out of the way. It's like, whoa, get off me, release me, I'm out of here. Woo, I'm breaking open, I'm coming out of that seed and I'm emerging. There's something massive. It's like pushing through something of your own boundaries, your own barriers here. The rune of defense. The rune of gateway is very interesting, because the rune of gateway suggests that we pause, okay, and we review. So I feel like there's something around you that you want to break free from. Something that maybe you just want to push it away. You do need to move beyond something here, or you're being offered an opportunity to. That's the energy of this incredible new moon, and that's your primary first message from the archangels, from your angels. There's something you need to separate and move beyond. It's like you've outgrown something. You know, honestly, you've outgrown it. It's time to move on, say goodbye. But actually, I don't know, I feel like there's going to be a way to do this, maybe, because, yeah, the rune of gateway bang in the middle here is fascinating. On the one hand, I'm feeling like you're just ready to explode and burst forth and move it on, and that's wonderful. Expand. This is how you're meant to be moving at the moment. The energy around you is expansion. Educate your mind and senses, though. So there is going to be a way to do this, okay? It's not just like a pushing through and there you are. There's a way of doing this. That's what we're being shown here initially. Let's draw more cards for you. So, oh, okay. Those will be yours then. Thank you, super souls. Thank you, beautiful angels. Okay, right. How interesting. We have Archangel Bokpi. It's time to fly. Listen to your intuition. Okay, so that is really clear, go forwards energy. Then Archangel Christiel, connect with unicorns, receive the white ascension flame. Right, there is a way to do this. Whatever your situation, whatever you feel is restricting you, limiting you, holding you back, something that you really feel you've outgrown it, you know you want to move beyond it. Yes, you're right. Absolutely, you've got the thumbs up here from the angels, from your angels, from the archangels. Thumbs up time. It's definitely time to move on, to fly, to get out of a situation, to move beyond it. But there is a way of doing this. This is so clear. We're going to need more information. May we please, for beautiful pile 2, my beautiful pile 2, may we have more information. Rhinoceros. Okay. Archangel Sandalphon and Rokiel, be strong and courageous. What I'm also seeing in this card, look, we've got the energy of, like for me, the sun and the moon are here. Okay. Now the sun, it's really interesting, it's like that dynamic life force of the sun is behind you. It's what gives you the oomph to be strong and courageous. But you need to be thoughtful and mindful and intuitive. Listen to your intuition and let your intuition guide you through this. It's not just a question of ploughing forwards. It's a question of navigating this with thought. You can have the power of the rhinoceros, but use that power from a position of intuition, mindfulness, rather than sort of energy. Okay, what else are we shown here for my lovely pile 2 people? May we please have more information for my lovely pile 2 people, please? 2 cards, we'll use them both for you. Okay, so Angel of Faith and Angel of New Beginnings. Okay, so this feels like a promise for you guys. It really, really does. It's a promise, and also to kind of have faith. What I feel is this situation, I mean, look at the charge here. Look at the energy and the charge around this card. You want out of this. You've been feeling either restricted or stuck, or it's not been right. And have faith. There will be a way of doing this. Very interesting that this rune of gateway, Thurizaz is the rune of gateway. We're being shown a gateway here. Look at this. You are going to be able to step through a gateway here, and in a very peaceful way. I think part of the challenge around you, my beautiful pile 2 people, is that the situation around you is feeling very emotionally charged. I understand that. I think maybe your boundaries have been, someone's crossed a few boundaries, maybe even potentially. Angel of Health. How interesting. Do you know, I think I read this as Angel of Faith. How fascinating. I'm pretty certain I did. I will maybe listen to it later, but I'm just going to go with I'm pretty certain I heard that as Angel of Faith, have faith, and yet it's Angel of Health. Gosh, some of you, I think, have had to endure. Endure is the word that's coming through for you guys. It's like life has been an endurance test. For some of you, it's a situation. For others, there's even been a health issue, or someone around you with a health issue that has taken up your time. I feel like you guys have been drained, and you're reaching that point where you really just want to move through and beyond something. For some of you, it's walking away from something. For others, it's pushing your way through or overcoming some aspect of a health issue that has caused you to feel very restricted, or the health issue of someone else. We are seeing an elderly person here. How interesting. Yeah, maybe there have been some physical issues. You could have even had, for some of you, some symptoms and things like something like long COVID, and you've really been struggling with moving beyond it. Now, there is a way to do this. Be strong and courageous. You're being supported in, or persevering is around, persevering, and there's going to be, this is really rather beautiful, there's going to be a way of navigating this, of helping you to move forwards, of finding the right pathway. It's like the right pathway to liberation, to help you to fly. Educate your mind and senses. There's something you're needing to learn, both through the experience of this and also something you're needing to learn in order to be able to move you through this gateway of new beginnings. Let me throw the astrology dice for you. What are we shown for reading number 2? So we have Cancer and we have Saturn in Cancer. Now, this is interesting because Saturn is, you know, father karma, father time. Saturn it can give us some pretty tough life lessons if Saturn's showing up in a relevant transit in your chart. Big life lessons, karmic life lessons. Saturn causes us to restructure our lives. And so I'm wondering as well, maybe there needs to be an adaptation here in some way, shape or form. There's a way to do this, a negotiation or an adaptation, in order to arrive at the most nurturing and caring solution. Maybe some compromises will have to be made, but still the new beginning is coming. Yeah, it may not be that the new beginning is exactly as you wanted it to be. It might take a different shape. We have to draw more cards for you, we really do. Let's draw an Archangel Michael card. We must ask Archangel Michael for information, please. Feeling this card for you. Energy healing work. Aha. Right. Right. This is a very direct message. Okay. Now, there is a prayer that comes with this card. It says, "Thank you for sending healing energy to me and through me for my own blessings and for all those around me. Thank you for connecting me to loving and high integrity healers and teachers of healing, energy healing modalities." This is really clear, a really clear message to you. Actually, part of the way forwards is actually to shift your personal energy, raise your vibration, engage in some kind of energy healing. It's like this endurance test has, it's been what it is in its own right, but I think on top of what it is, it's like one of the kind of secondary outcomes of this is that actually it's really, really lowered your vibration. You're carrying a lower energy residue from this situation. It's like it's weighed you down. Like maybe you've had to shoulder too much responsibility, or yeah, literally it's weighed you down. May we have more information, please, for beautiful, beautiful pile 2. Okay. Okay. Forgiveness and in the near future. Okay, so what I'm seeing with these cards is, with forgiveness, whatever you're wanting to break free from, I feel like somewhere in there's a feeling that's, for some of you, I think probably most of you, but for some of you, there's somebody involved where you've ended up feeling like there's an obligation, or there's a something that that's contributed to that sense of restriction, and to the point where, you know, you just want to break free. And yet at the same time, you're kind of tangled in it, really. And I'm seeing a kind of a swinging from this sort of almost like doing what you think is the right thing to do versus just wanting to break free completely. And one of the things that sits with that kind of energy actually is that we can get really tangled in kind of feeling just resentful, and it's like a secondary outcome of the overall situation. It's an emotional response to the overall situation, but it ends up sitting within us and feeling, and again it feels weighted. Now what we are seeing is opportunity to move something forwards in the near future, and it does. I feel like I'm seeing this gateway again. We've got a gateway here, we've got a definite gateway here, and a window of opportunity. I think you felt as though your opportunities have been limited, but actually here we have a gateway. And look at the gold coming up here at the bottom of this card. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, it feels like the heavens are about to open for you. A gateway is about to open for you. Yeah, you've outgrown something. You are going to potentially separate from something or approach it. We've got new beginnings, whatever that is. I'm seeing you expand. It's time. It's time to expand. Let's draw upon the Archangel Power Tarot. What are we shown for reading number 2? Look at that, would you? I just have to pick up this card straight away. Look at that gateway. I mean, look at that. You can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation. You know, the reverse of this is not seeing things clearly, but look at that. I mean, this is one of those moments, you know, when you, well, I mean, you guys know these things. You follow readings. I know many of you are very talented readers yourselves. But this is one of those moments where you think you couldn't write it, could you? Look at that gateway opening. Wow, you can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation. What's the other card that we drew here? The High Priestess. Another gateway behind her. Another gateway. Powerful psychic insights, reflection and meditation that provides valuable information. Be at peace. Yeah. Energy healing work. Be strong and courageous. My beautiful pile 2. Be centered in your own energy, in your own high vibration energy. Because when you're feeling emotionally, you know, I just want to break away from this. This is really difficult. And then you lock yourselves back down again into that sense of, I really have to do this. And it builds and builds and builds. And then because the energy is so intense, rather than being able to utilize it in a clear, grounded, intuitive way to navigate your way through this, in light, in love, you feel so wound up that I think you cramp yourselves back down again. Right, powerful psychic insights, reflection and meditation that provides valuable information. You know, listen to your intuition. Look at this. Listen to your intuition. You're going to be guided through this. Okay, there is a way of approaching this. You'll be guided through it. I honestly think the steps will be shown to you, my beautiful reading number 2 people. Let's draw some cards, some more cards. I'm going to use a different tarot pack. It's actually the New Chapter Tarot, and although this is an angel reading, just feel it came out. I needed to use another pack in reading 1, and I just thought this is the right pack because it feels like that's the energy of the eclipse, new moon. It's all about a new chapter, the potential for a new chapter, whether it's a chapter in the middle of a book or it's a brand new chapter of a brand new book. Let's get more information. What are we being shown here with this? How to do it really is what I want to ask. How to do it? What are we being shown here? How do reading number 2, what information can they be given to move forwards through this, or out of this space of feeling restricted? I'm seeing this card. And also, actually it will be that one. What have we got? Okay. So 9 of discs, 8 of discs. So what I'm seeing for some of you is very interesting. I want to say cultivate the ground for your own delivery. Okay, I'm seeing somebody with a harvest and a scythe here, kind of weeding and pruning, but also the 8 of discs, we're learning something. Now, literally, for some of you, there could be an opportunity to move, like for example, if you're stuck at let's say you're living at home and you want to leave home and you really don't know what to do, there may be some aspect of education or training that will take you away. It will take you out of your current situation. Literally, for some people, it might physically move you, university, something like that. But I actually think what these cards are primarily saying is that for some of you, literally, there is a new skill you can learn that's going to shift this circumstance. There's a new skill. There's something to embrace. There's something to bring forth. There's something to, it could be a new job opportunity. But I do feel there's something that is to do with learning here, the 8 of discs, or changing. If your financial situation is really restrictive, then there's some learning to be done that will give you a new skill that will bring you in the money you need to be able to take a different pathway, to change your job, give up the day job. So for some of you, there is something about learning. And if you are applying for jobs and you've dismissed some because you thought, actually, I'm kind of not qualified to do that yet, apply anyway. Okay, you can learn when you're on the job. This is a time to, something's been given to you. Okay, we then have the Hermit and we have the 8 of Cups. Okay, this is really lovely. I think for some of you, this is literally having the courage to set sail. The courage to follow your own pathway, not be a sheep almost. I'm not suggesting any of you are sheep, but you know what I mean. Sometimes we feel instinctively that we should comply with the restrictions of our culture, our society, our family, our friendship groups. And this is a time to really hold your own, be your own rock, and sort of set sail on your own pathway, even if it means leaving. Okay, having the courage to do that, trusting your intuition, trusting that inner knowing that says, actually, I can't do this anymore. I'm seeing some of you really literally setting sail, leaving something behind, standing your ground over something. And that's actually the way to do this. Okay. How interesting. We then have the Strength card and the Knight of Wands. Let me move these along so we have them all in view. Okay, I think for some of you, it's also to do with developing some resilience, to choose to ignore the stuff that's going on behind your back. Just to remain really calmly grounded and centered, not being affected by the stuff that's going on. I said some people may have crossed your boundaries. It's like literally just turning your back on a situation, not being affected by it. In many ways, that may also mean that you also set sail, as it were. But you may do so metaphorically. I need more cards for this little cluster here. I mean, this feels clear to me. For some of you, there's a learning opportunity. Grasp it, go for it. It's taking you in a new direction. These are really interesting cards. I think with the Hermit, for some of you, there's some learning here. It's like, again, learning. There is a, for some of you, it really is about you recognizing or discovering exactly how you can say no and walk your own pathway without being so emotionally charged, free to make a courageous choice to change your situation. There is something about non-compliance, but doing it in a way that doesn't feel like it's just, I don't know, all anarchy and rebellion, but doing it in a way that's really centered and calm. and holding that higher perspective. Yeah. Part of this is also, it is about developing resilience. I want to draw more on this little pile here. May we have more information about this? What is this about? Seeing this card. Yeah, look at that. We have the Five of Cups. What else do we have here? I'm seeing this card too. And the Ace of Discs. Okay. Gosh, I think for some of you it's also choosing not to be hooked into kind of like history, bad blood. Choosing to sort of remain grounded and centered. Choosing not to repeat patterns. Again, it's choosing your own pathway, but with some people I think it's almost like a, yeah, not repeating patterns is coming through quite distinctly. It's all the stuff, putting stuff behind you. Even if it's really been painful, putting stuff behind you, choosing to remain solid and firm, embracing new opportunities rather than going back over and over and over. You know, sometimes we just have to accept the fact that people who behave badly, we've got that forgiveness card again here. Sometimes we just have to accept that people who behave badly, that's just it. They're not going to come back and they're not going to say sorry and they're not actually going to change. So however much blood is spilt, sometimes you have to just decide, do you know, I'm just not going to let this affect me anymore. I'm going to choose a new beginning for myself. I'm not letting that cross over into my zone anymore. Energy healing work, having that sense of protection, choosing just to, literally choosing to potentially with some of you to walk away. Very, very interesting. Very interesting reading. I might for you guys just draw a few more cards. It's fascinating. I'm just feeling like I want to follow this one through for you, my beautiful pile 2 people. What are you walking away from? Or could we have a sneaky peek? Maybe more, it's more about looking ahead at this time. I'm seeing these 2 cards and also this one here. Maybe it's about looking ahead. Yeah, we have the World, a very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. We have 6 of Ariel, your material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways, acts of kindness, giving or receiving with a grateful heart. Page of Raphael, gentle, loving, dreamy, open-hearted, a new emotional situation. Messages regarding relationships or social invitations, great intuitive insights. So what we are being shown here is a radical change here. Whatever this is that has been getting you down, restricting you, it's going to be shifted. There are going to be new opportunities, a gateway. What is interesting is I do actually feel this is really important, a new emotional situation. Happy ending, material needs get sorted. If any of you have had a tie to somebody financially, or you have felt restricted financially yourself, or there have been health issues, or your time and energy needed, whatever this sense of something you want to break free from is for you in the uniqueness of your world. What we're seeing here is an opportunity arriving. Curiously, I think it's going to arrive in the form of not just potentially giving you something, but whoever or whatever the situation is that is actually restricting you, I think something arrives over there that creates an opportunity for you to be free to move on. That's what I'm really seeing here. So for example, if you've been looking after somebody or still connected to some aspect of a relationship that you feel obligated to, kind of that relationship, maybe that person gets some new resources so they don't need you to be constantly looking after them, or they meet someone new, or they, whatever it is, or someone comes into their world to help them, and therefore you're free to move along. So I feel like this situation sort of gets sorted I do think there's a way of navigating this. And part of what I feel we're shown here is trust your intuition. Navigate gently through this. I don't think there's going to be any need for any form of conflict. And even in this circumstance here, where it's kind of like choosing, you know, however much blood is spilt, choosing just to invest in your own circumstances, there could still be someone coming in that creates a scenario. And even if it's a scenario that feels difficult, it still creates that gateway whereby you can choose to say, actually, it kind of frees you, it liberates you. I don't really have to keep doing this, because, you know, if it's that sort of sense of something going on behind your back, or you've been hurt, it's almost as though there's a realization of where that sits, and then whatever that is, it means you can sort of say, do you know what, I don't actually have to do this anymore. This doesn't feel right for me, I'm moving on. There's almost like permission. I feel like something's going to come along which will give you permission. Something will come along and you can stop and go, oh wow, things are changing now. This awareness, this knowledge, this circumstance, this person has actually changed the situation. It's changed the dynamic. I can now consider how I'm going to wind out of this in a very different way. So whereas before you were feeling like you could burst, there is a different way of approaching this. You still need to take action. You can be free, and you need to make choices. Don't be tangled or think, I'll just stay with this. This might get a little better, I'll stay. I think there's definitely still a separation and a moving on. But the separation and the moving on is coming because something else will come into the situation to create that window of opportunity for you. That's what we're being shown here, very, very clearly, actually. So have faith. I saw that card as having faith to start with. Yeah, and it's, I think, which is really, really interesting. I would also say this whole restricted thing has been having an impact on your health. But this is, we are seeing this changing. My beautiful reading number 2 people, I feel this is your reading now. Thank you so, so much for joining me. This is a very interesting reading. It really does feel as though the universe is working with you on moving this forwards. That's the kind of portal energy of the eclipse period. This is a new moon eclipse reading. Whenever you come to it, I always think any reading in many ways is timeless. You know, you come to it at the right time, you find it at the right time, but there'll be opportunity to restructure, and to restructure in a way that is nurturing and compassionate to all, especially you. My beautiful pile 2, I'm sending you the biggest hug, and I'm thrilled this change is coming. I'm sorry it's been so hard, but you know what? The change is coming. It feels like a magical moment. The angels are really, really clear with this information and message for you. You will be able to move forwards in an empowered way, but also with intuition, thoughtfulness, empathy and compassion too. So I think we're going to see a smooth and harmonious opening of the gateway, a smooth and harmonious liberation and freedom, which just feels heavenly, rather than feeling like you're just going to explode, like you're a volcano waiting to erupt, if that makes sense. Anyway, my beautiful earth angels, thank you for joining me, pile 2. If you would like to get notification of any of my readings, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, they should come into your stream. I will put the links to anything and everything that I do. Do check out my Moon Monthly update. That's already uploaded with all zodiac sign readings for the coming month as well. Very, very interesting energy, so do check those out. You may find some really, really interesting additional information there for you. There's also extended readings on Patreon. There's a ton of stuff that I do, so a free library as well, all to do with emotions. If you're feeling strong emotions, you might find it helpful. There's emotional meditations as well that help you to understand your emotions as a source of empowerment in that library. So do check out all the range of stuff that I do. There's tons of free stuff available for you. All these things are there as resources to assist you on your pathway as a spiritual warrior. And thank you so, so much for being you. Tons of love, reading number 2. Hey, my beautiful pile 3 people, thank you so much for joining me. I am finding myself quite interested in the energy of this reading already. The card of sacred divinity, there are 2 paths ahead. We're kind of seeing somebody trying to hold the balance between the logical mind and sort of the emotions as well. Now with these runes that we have, Berkana is a rune of incredible growth. It's a new phase of life. It's amazing. The energy is amazing. And the rune of fertility is also really powerful. It's about new beginnings. It's about fertilizing the ground for your own deliverance. Both of these runes have really significant bearing on opportunity that's available for you. And yet we have the rune of ice, which suggests standing still in some way. So I'm really curious because this figure looks to be trying to stand upright in a sea of movement. So yeah, what's going on with reading number 3's manifestations? What will the eclipse energy, the new moon energy, and the angels communicating through that energy bring for my beautiful pile 3 people? Let's draw cards and see. So my lovely pile 3. We have 1 card and another. And let's ask Archangel Michael as well. Okay, let's look at these first. So my beautiful pile 3, Angel Faith. With faith you are invincible. Believe in yourself. This is a strong energy. Now this feels in alignment with Berkana and with Inga's, the rune of fertility. Yes, this feels strong. It sort of feels like this wave of either logically trying to work something out or emotionally trying to work something out. This card feels like your mind and your emotions meet, they join together, they join forces, you're in balance. And what do we have here? Badger, bring your life into balance. Archangels Mary and Sandalphon. It feels like if you bring yourself into balance, if you can hold that incredible collaboration of our mind and our emotions, it feels like anything is possible. Angel of balance, okay, bring your life into balance. Everything here is about balance. Everything is about balance. Focus upon divine and perfect health. Okay, how interesting. God and Archangel Michael, thank you for continuously reminding me to focus upon perfect health and for guiding my actions so that they support my well-being. I feel like your angels are already saying to you, look, you have some significant goals, dreams, ambitious ideas, I feel, you know, both in the long term and in the immediacy of now. And the only reason, I say the only reason they're not moving forwards, I'm not saying they're not moving forwards, but what your angels and guides are saying is, look, if you really want this to rocket forwards, you need to harness the power of your mind and the power of your emotions, not be swinging from one to the other. You know, the law of attraction sort of says, you know, what we think is what we create. But we also know, you know, from so much stuff that has been sort of researched, it's not just about the power of the mind. You know, we could get up and logically, you know, repeat something day after day, the same thing. It doesn't mean it's going to manifest. We kind of have to feel it. It's got to be loaded with emotion too. So everything here is about balance. It's about bringing your life into balance. Let's draw more cards. What else are we shown? What are the messages? Or indeed, can we have detailed messages really, please, for reading number 3? Information about how to bring things. This is your second card here. How to bring things into balance. Is there anything reading number 3 need to know? So we have the card of abundance within the next few months. Oh, wow. Right. Now this is kind of blinding, really. This feels for me as if something really could happen for you guys very, very quickly. It's almost as if your kind of angels and the archangels are just kind of coming in here and saying, look, you know, this doesn't have to be a slow starter, okay? All you need to do is really trust and believe, and then keep your mind and your emotions in balance. Keep that goal in sight. Look at this kind of palace. I think you are seriously going to be potentially well on the way. Now, I use potentially because we have conscious free will and choice. And actually, sometimes we're not very good. I don't know about you guys, but I can kind of meander, you know, and if my energy personally is knocked off balance, sometimes, you know, I have to kind of work to put it back in balance. And yet, if I could keep it in balance all the time, you know, the flow is phenomenal. This feels like a really powerful time for you guys. Let's ask the Archangel Power Pack. What does reading number 3 need to know about? What does reading number 3 need to be aware of? What can they do? What's going on? This does feel like it kind of sits with you, which is interesting. I'm not saying that, you know, in any reading, ultimately everything comes down to our personal free will and choice. But this really does feel like you yourself hold the key in terms of keeping your life in balance. Your mind and your emotions. May we have more information, please? I'm seeing these 2 cards as well, and that one. Right, what do we have and what are we shown here? Okay. So 5 of Raphael, everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. Right, so something has happened or is happening that has knocked you off balance. The Queen of Michael is like the Queen of Swords. You know exactly what to do, the benefit of experience. A time for your career rather than relationships. Okay. Seeing that beautiful archway, that gateway. We then have the moon. The opportunity. Now we're really seeing clear messages coming through for you, my beautiful souls. The opportunity to improve your plans. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. Face your fears and grow stronger. Then we have 2 of Raphael, 2 hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits, don't give up on those you love. We have King of Gabriel. Keep your eyes on the big picture, leave the details to others. Experience that leads to success, genuine concern for others. And then 9 of Gabriel, stay determined and move forward. Be prepared for any possibility. Environmental activism. Okay, what I feel we're being shown here, my lovely pile number 3. I think something already either has happened or is happening that is knocking you off balance. It really, really is. I think from a financial prosperity, abundance perspective, I think actually you're very clear about both your long-term goals and your short-term goals. Now, it may be in terms of the other side of your world, the balance, your family, your partnerships, that kind of stuff, that it may be that there are concerns about your work-life balance. It may be that something hasn't quite run smoothly in one area or the other. But actually, I think basically something's come along and it has disrupted you in some way, shape or form. It's caused this wobble, and the purpose of it is actually to improve your plans. And this may also, gosh, of course, this may also be happening now. You might find this happens on and off a little bit over the next, I'm going to say the next moon month. So these are new moon readings, they're archangel readings, So we're tuning into information from the Archangels, your angels. This is also eclipse season. Now, if you haven't already checked it out, I really, Super Souls Pile 3 people, truly, I would suggest it may genuinely benefit you to look at the moon month update that I have done. I go through the whole moon phase. We start with the new moon and we run through the different phases of the moon, the kind of inflow of the energy. And I've also done readings for the whole moon month for every zodiac sign. I do my zodiac sign readings for moon months rather than calendar months. And I know that can be a little bit confusing if you're used to working with the calendar months. But if we work with the moon months, we're really in sync with the natural rhythms of our beautiful planet in relationship to all the other planets, to all of the astro energy. And particularly with the energy, you know, it's the cycle of the moon. I think within the next moon month, there's going to be some really exciting opportunities to tweak your progress. And what this reading is saying, really loud and clear, is if something appears to be a disruption, it's not here to throw you off balance. It's here to show you something so you can do it better, so you can get it right, okay? And yeah, I'm really now, you know, sometimes when, I mean, I know some of you guys are very skilled readers, but you know how sometimes you really just have to feel your way into the core message. I think in essence, even just that very process is kind of a reflection of the message that's here for you. It's like I myself was out of balance in the information here. And suddenly it's like I'm tuning in with it. And I can now see, you know, let's just stand still, the rune of ice. If we stand still and really observe, suddenly we start to see what we need to do, what the real message is. Now, as we enter this eclipse season, we are moving into a Mercury in retrograde period. Now, when Mercury is in retrograde, we often get delays, interruptions. Sometimes things come into our life from the past that we need to deal with. But the kind of the silver lining of a Mercury retrograde period, it's not actually here to cause us profound disruption and frustration and great wobble. It's actually here to slow us down and get us to look at things that we can see more clearly what best to do. So I actually feel like if you keep your eyes on the bigger picture, keep your eyes on those long-term goals, and then think about in the immediacy of now. You know, Inga's the rune of fertility speaks of completion of beginnings. So there may be some things you need to attend to, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, wrapping some stuff up. And I think basically, if there is a delay or an interruption, attend to it with detail and recognize that it's serving a purpose in kind of actually clearing the way for you to move forwards with greater clarity, with greater balance, and with greater enthusiasm, and with greater dedication, and with greater purpose, and with greater health. Yeah, I literally do feel that there are, I think your plans are going to unfold. I think your manifestations are on track. I suspect right here and right now you may be experiencing what feels like some interruptions or some delays or things that are almost leaving you thinking, well, am I on track, or should I be doing this, or will it work out? Your manifestations are on track. What's happening at the moment are guided interventions that may actually feel like disruptions, but it's kind of fine because they're coming in with purpose. This is going to move through. Okay, so I love that this is such a clear message. Your end goals, your desires, your dreams, your manifestations are really safe and sound. There's just some other stuff that needs to be attended to along the way. The opportunity to improve your plans. You know exactly what to do, the benefit of experience. So you can shift. It may be there are also some demands being made upon you within this. Notice in this card of Angel of Balance here, You see there's like a home, family here. There's a clock or compass here. I think it is a compass. There's something about bringing things into balance. Again, maybe your family need some time and energy. And even though you need to focus on your work as a priority, there's just some stuff, yeah, just some stuff you're going to have to hold your higher vision, attend to the details, and tweak things as you go. Let's kind of draw some more cards for you, my beautiful pile 3. I think your message is fundamentally clear, but you're almost being forewarned, I feel, of exactly the kind of moon month that we know is going to happen. It's incredibly loaded with potential because eclipse season is loaded with potential and stuff can happen incredibly quickly. It's beautiful stuff. It's fantastic stuff. It can happen incredibly quickly, but in a really positive and powerful way. Okay, may we ask for some additional guidance about this, about maybe the interruptions and what might be happening for reading number 3. May we ask for additional guidance and additional information. Okay, I want to look at the card on the rear. We have the Chariot. Okay, how interesting. So the Chariot is suggesting balance. At some point, facing things, moving through and beyond, balance, moving things forward. So we do have a kind of like an outcome here. Okay, this is very interesting. So we have the Death card. I think there is something that actually is going to potentially pop up. Everything happens for a reason. Release regrets and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. I do feel there could be a disappointment or something that sort of winds itself up. It comes to its end. It comes to its natural end. I always feel with this Death card, she looks kind of like, you know, a bit frustrated, a bit tetchy. That's the word. I feel she looks a bit tetchy. It's like, you know, kind of want this to get sorted. But I do feel some things are going to come to their natural completion and be cleared away. The way will be cleared, but it will involve, again, attending to some stuff. There may be some disappointments, some letdowns, but they're here with purpose. There's a silver lining here because it's clearing the way for the new. Your energy is going to be so much more balanced, revitalized. I mean, this angel faith, with faith you are invincible, believe in yourself. This is a card where your mind and your emotions are focused, they are connected, and I do feel this is really what we're shown here in the Ace of Wands. I think there's some stuff that may exit your world, but that's cool because it gives you clarity of mind and emotion. And look at this, the Queen of Swords, she's so clear. And of course this Queen of Michael is the Queen of Swords too, so we have the same card. This is really significant. This is holding such clear intentions, but with insight and awareness. And we have the card of Strength. And look at this, the King of Wands. Can you see here as well, the lion showing up twice? Okay, now the fact that we have the Queen of Swords and the King of Wands, I think is really, really relevant, especially with the Two of Raphael here. Two hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful, kindred spirits, because the Two of Raphael is the equivalent of the Two of Cups. Okay. So I kind of feel like there's going to be support coming in for you in the form of somebody. When you get a queen and a king coming in together, there's a real unity here. Again, the unity of the masculine and the feminine, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, in balance, the collaboration of your mind and your emotions. And we know this is going to move forwards within the next few months. Abundance. Okay. I actually think something is coming into your world that's going to feel very disrupting. And for some of you, I think it's already around you. And the purpose of the disruption is actually for you to find something within it that's going to give you clarity, information to tweak, to course correct. However you look at it, you're going to come out of this with renewed clarity, renewed energy, renewed direction. For some of you, you will be letting go of some stuff. You know, maybe you've got a plate full of stuff and you're juggling too many plates, and actually some of those plates need to be taken down and delegated somewhere else, so your energy can then be properly focused, so this can happen within the next few months. There's opportunity to improve your plans. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. Face your fears, grow stronger. Face your fears. You know, curiously enough, I do feel there is something around you that is slightly holding you back, and it's getting in the way of these other areas of manifestation and causing you to wobble. And I think it's going to show up in a way that you have to make some quite clear decisions. And when you make those clear decisions, even though I think you might have a wobble about them, face your fears and grow stronger. You know, like if something isn't working out and yet we cling to it and we cling to it, and yet, do you know what, if we just let go of it, there would be space to follow through with the thing that we really want to do. It's got that flavour about it. Let's throw your astrology dice, my lovely pile 3. Look at that. Wow, 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 and more wow. Okay, so you have Mars, the fiery energy of Mars. This is the Ace of Wands in Sagittarius. This is really about focus. Focus your energy. Use your energy to move yourself, your projects, your plans, your manifestations forwards. Yeah, there's some stuff that needs to be let go of, tidied up, spring cleaned, you know, turfed out. It's like cleaning out your drawers, getting rid of the clothes you never wear, and suddenly the space feels liberated, and you get that lovely shift in energy. Yeah, any interruptions, any delays through this coming moon month, my darling reading number 3s, do not in any way interpret it to mean that your goals and your desires and your manifestations are not on track. Far from it. Hold the bigger picture, be determined. Anything that comes in is simply going to be highlighting aspects of either the actual process of manifestation that need to be tweaked and adjusted, or aspects of your life that are getting in the way of your manifestation that need to be tweaked or indeed let go of, so that you are free to be really, really focused and move your energy forwards. I do think for some of you as well, if there's any discord in relationship, I think we're going to see some stuff that can get attended to here, and because it gets attended to and your energy is then balanced and in alignment, that in turn supports your work. Sometimes stuff outside of our work gets in the way of our work because our energy isn't clean, clear, pure, you know, directed, because a part of us is contemplating or thinking about the relationship stuff. For some of you, it may be that somebody is coming in. There's a renewal. Again, that Mercury in retrograde energy. Mercury in retrograde can sometimes bring people back into our life or get us to go back over something so that we can find a resolution and move forwards. And yeah, someone coming in here too. I mean, 2 of Hearts this is really. So yeah, some kind of relational stuff. Assistance coming in for you. I kind of feel I want to draw a few more cards just around this and this alone. Let's do that for you, reading number 3. May we have more information about this 2 of Hearts. Who is this 2 of Hearts coming in? What is this about? May we have more information for pile 3. May we have more information, please, about this 2 of Hearts card. What is this 2 of Hearts? Who is this 2 of Hearts? What is this about for pile 3? Okay, so Princess of Discs, Knight of Swords, 9 of Swords, and the Empress. How interesting. Look at the fertility of the Princess of Discs. Really fertile, kind of like carrying something, this massive potential golden nugget that could really grow into something very, very big and abundant. Knight of Swords, you're going to have to cut through some stuff here. I think someone is coming in here Two of Hearts, who will help you with the sort of, I always feel with this Nine of Swords, will help you with all of the swords you're juggling. They'll help to bring you clarity. Assistance is on the way, that's what I want to say. Hold those dreams, hold that vision, keep your bigger vision in sight. Someone is going to come in and assist you. It may be that you can delegate some of the responsibilities that you're currently carrying to someone else, which would be super good. Absolutely super good. This is going to mean that you are free to get really, really clear and nurture your manifestations with, again, the Knight of Swords is a very masculine energy. The Empress is a very feminine energy. Clear thinking, but holding that nurture and the emotional content as well. I think someone is going to come in to help you delegate, or to help to support you in gaining clarity, to help you to see how to tweak, how to course correct. And I'm loving that, because it just feels like help coming in just when you need it. Really, really lovely. I always think as well with Raphael, when any Raphael cards, and you have this one here too, but whenever Archangel Raphael shows up in a reading, it very often means that the help you need, the healing you need, the support you need is going to come in the form of another person. And in this instance, I think this is really true. Even though there may be a situation where a person has caused disruption and there's some disappointment, there is a silver lining. It may even be that one person exits, another person arrives. But one way or the other, my beautiful pile 3, I feel this is a moon month when, however disruptive it feels, the purpose and outcome is to bring the wobbles and the disruptions you need to assist you in attending to any details that need wrapping up so that you can move forwards with clear and full focus. So keep those longer term visions and those shorter term manifestations in mind, because I think you're really going to see some serious productivity arising from renewed clarity and renewed focus. Your reading is very, very clear, my beautiful pile 3. Very clear advice from the Archangels and your angels. And I'm loving your long-term goals. Keep us posted, because we're seeing, you know, we're seeing something emerge quickly, because you are, it's like you take charge again of your life. Where things have been knocking you off balance, you regain that balance, you regain your focus, but with help and support. How gorgeous is that? Beautiful pile 3, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really thrilled for you. This is, I'm not saying it's the easiest of times, you know, when we're knocked off balance and we have a wobble and, you know, we pick up and then we wobble again and we pick up. But truly, it's like, just look for that silver lining in every situation, because it's there and it's coming in with real purpose and intent. And this is so beautifully in alignment with the overall moon month. So yeah, Super Souls, do check out that other video, the entire moon month, the all zodiac sign readings. I am sending you all the love in the world. This looks to be an extraordinarily and very powerfully fruitful moon month for you guys, my darling reading number 3s. So thank you for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe, press the little bell icon if you want everything to come into your stream, and as soon as I post a video, and I'm just sending you all the love in the world. This is looking pretty exciting for you. Tons and tons of love.